Oh man, why Meet the Others podcast? What's this about?
Why are we doing this thing?
Why are we doing this dang thing?
Who the F?
Do we even know what we're doing?
Certainly not.
Oh,
We
no.
just hooked this thing up tonight. We figured out how to use the mics, and now we're recording 10 seconds afterwards. Gives me comfort. So
I hear you.
yeah. So anyways, Meet the Others. That's us. Still waiting on this car to come and take me home. Things feel a little different now that we grown. Till I turn the ass, so they put my name in stone. Live how I wanna live, cause we die alone.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yo, welcome. I'm Anissa B.
This is Choir Boy Dank.
And today we have some friends.
Some special guests today.
Special guests. This is Zaida Lisa and Shawn. And
What's
they are
up, guys?
What's
I'm
up?
so excited to be here. First off, the intro was dope.
Yeah, it was. I like this.
I love it. Super unique. And I feel like we've been trying to do this, Anissa, forever. So thank you for having us on the show.
I had to have you on here. I was like, oh my goodness, like you kind of like, pop my cherry and doing some podcast stuff. So I was like, I gotta definitely first guest has to be Z.
Hell yeah.
Yes. It was very difficult to try to get you guys on because of connection. Let's just talk the real talk.
It's our first, like we said, first guest ever.
Yes.
Especially like with the video and the whole thing. So
yes.
Stupid excited about it.
Super duper excited. Guys, I'm sorry if you can see my hands. My kids did my nails today, so they're a little ratchet. All right, good. All right, I don't know about this. It's on my skin, but whatever, So, but anyways, guys, Happy New Year. It's good to see you.
Happy New Year.
Yes. I wanted to talk a little bit about your guys' business in Jersey.
Oh, God. Our business is like our baby. It's something you love, something you get mad at, something you just want to. It's a whole bunch of emotions.
I get mad at it all the time.
But I'm super excited to be here. We started our business. It's going to be a year in February.
Yep.
Okay.
So we're not even a year in. And we've definitely had some ups and downs and would love to share them. But yeah, it's hard, but it's also rewarding.
Yes.
That's
And
right?
Yeah, hard, but
yes.
It's definitely rewarding at times. So
yes. What do you guys, and I wanted to kind of like talk a little bit about you guys talking about your stuff. You guys are going to start maybe for some of us watching and listening, we can have some of those like, insider stuff going on in the Casa de Fez.
Sure. We love to share. And I think that that's one thing that, me and you have always like just bonded on, because you guys don't know, like me and Anissa came from the same neighborhood. Anissa and Shawn.
Nobody really cared about me back then.
That's a lie.
I was just like, that guy over there.
But us New Yorkers, we love to share gems. We love to talk. We love to just, I like to say we go-getters.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, what do you guys want to know? Where do we start?
I know, right? Well, I guess let's introduce you guys a little bit better. I just went into it. I started getting excited. That always happens. I always got to rewind. My husband's better at taking his time and kind of connecting the dots. I'm always all over the place. So go ahead.
Well,
Well, let's introduce you guys like by yourselves, like who you are and who you are.
Okay.
Ladies first.
A little background too. I want some background story here.
So my name is Zaida Lisa. I am a mom, entrepreneur. I like to say fashionista. I love me some fashion. I'm a podcaster. I am the creator of Mama's Cocktail Hour. Super proud of it. Yes. It was a podcast that I created during COVID to kind of just, I guess, reinvent myself. You're a mom, you start to like fall into that mom realm. And I've been a mom since 22. So all my friends were partying and clubbing and I was like lost. So Mama's Cocktail Hour was like me finding myself again,
Right.
which kind of just ultimately led to like this, because I was in a really dark place for a really long time, just like super self-conscious. So my brand is all about women empowerment. It's all about being badass, showing your body at all costs, being proud of what you have. I'm a big advocate for all of that. And I'm originally from New York.
Sorry, I just had to say that.
I could go on forever. So Shawn.
Right.
Yeah, sure. Well, my name is Shawn. I go by the Fez Dealer on Instagram.
Yes.
I'm a musician, military veteran. I served in the Marine Corps for 4 years.
Woo.
From
Hey.
same neighborhood as you guys, Hell's Kitchen, New York
Yeah.
City. What else? I'm a stylist. I like to, create cool things for people to wear, to rock, especially if they're sourced from out of the country, like Morocco and specifically, but also other places of Africa as well. So yeah, I specialize in making Fez headdresses. So
Hence
Kufi style Fez headdresses. Hence
Fez Dealer.
Fez Dealer,
Yes.
Casa de Fez.
And he's a dad. And a
Hey.
woman.
Oh, that too.
Dad gang.
Yeah.
Right? Dad
Let's
gang.
go.
We're parents. We have 3 kids.
Yeah.
They are still our smallest is 6. We have a 16. We almost have a 16-year-old,
Almost, yeah,
and my
16.
daughter's 13. So we have kind of grown kids, but then we still have a little one too. So it's kind of finding the balance, especially now when we're kind of trying to take on our dreams, because that's important too.
Yes. Very important. How would you guys say? Well, okay, before I go that far, and so then you guys opened up your store last year, right?
Mhm.
That
Yes.
was like it was like one of those things that you guys were holding on to for like you guys wanted for a long time, or
So I would say it has always been Shawn's dream to kind of open a store. And it's always in me to be super impulsive.
yeah. Yeah.
So, it has been something that he's really wanted to do. Shawn has always, I give him that, he's always been the person yo, I don't want to work for nobody else. I kind of want to work for myself.
Right.
I think we get caught up in kind of just doing, just living, just kind of doing our 9 to 5s, that we really don't focus on the things that we love. So 2020 was super important, right? Because we kind of all slowed down. We had to kind of stay in the house because everybody was COVID restrictions and all of this stuff. And it gave us time to really think about what is it we wanted to do. And one of the things that we wanted to do was, of course, he started Fez Dealer. He started kind of making fezzes, and then that kind of took off.
Yeah.
Just like on Instagram.
Yeah, I didn't have anything going on but Instagram,
Right.
But a lot of people were interested in the service that I provided, so it really took off on Instagram. And from there, I saw that we could potentially create a store or have some type of a place where I could actually do it in house.
Yeah.
And are you oh, sorry.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, are you designing are you the sizing and the measurements and all that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So when people call me and or DM me or whatever, they'll ask me for a fez that they want specific, like the color. They'll give me their measurements. Just like if you was to go buy a regular hat from a hat shop.
Yeah.
A big one in New York City is called Guru Brothers, and they specialize in derby hats and stuff like that. And people could go down there, get sized and fitted for a hat, and they could pick out the hat. You could go back to the hat store, you could get it cleaned and stuff like that. So those are the same kind of services that I started, to provide for people who in the Islamic culture, wear the Fez headdress.
Mm-hmm. That's so cool. It's so funny too, Shawn, because I feel like when me and Zaida got back connected, one of the things that I was super excited for was for, you and my husband to get kind of connect with music, because I know that's something that you also really love doing.
Yeah.
And I was always thinking about ooh, maybe the one day they could kind of hit each other up and kind of
do a collab.
Right, do a collab from the distance, you know, like remotely or something, you know, like because you know
anything is possible with technology nowadays.
Right.
For real.
Exactly. Yeah. Because like my husband, I don't know if you know, but like he did quite a few things with music, and he's still doing stuff with music. And do you want to care to share?
Awesome.
Yeah, I make music, guys.
That's fire.
Nah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, a little theme song I did or whatever, and yeah, I make music. It's in my blood. Like it's just what I do, right? Like beats, raps, songs. That's the thing. So
Yeah.
What's up, man? Yeah.
No. Yeah,
Again, man, I'm passionate about what I do too. But me, it's more of a like I need to be inspired to do something with music. Because there's a lot of times where people ask me like, "Oh, when you gonna have a new song?" or "When you gonna?" But I just have to be inspired because I have so much stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? With the store, with everything that sometimes you just don't have the time to even do what you love to do.
We know that. For
I get
sure.
that.
Yeah.
It's
well, and the thing is
responsibilities.
it's also the fact that you don't want to go and put some bullshit on wax just to do it,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah.
Because that's like. Yeah, you got to be passionate about what you're doing, and if you're not passionate about it, you're just creating some BS, really. And there's a lot of that out there. So I respect it. I respect waiting until you have something to say or until you feel inspired, because I feel the same way, for real.
Right.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah. So what kind of went over the hump to say, yo, we're gonna actually do this? Not like we're gonna actually have a store. And do you do anything else in the store? Like there's other products that you guys sell and different things like that?
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like that's like developing every day.
Yeah.
It's like what we're selling now, we may not be selling in 3 months. Like, something that I learned about business so far is like it's always evolving depending on your target niche, like who your audience is.
Yeah.
And it's like we came into this really like loving the whole clothing aspect. And what really ended up sticking was our event space. Yeah. So we created like this Moroccan theme room that can hold about like 60 to 100 people. It's pretty big.
Nice.
That's cool.
And we just kind of vibed it out. Like we have Moroccan floors. We kind of did all bright colors. There's like a pool table, and Fez is on the wall. Like we just kind of, and it just really took a life of its own. And so like we decided like, yo, we should be throwing events here. Like this is something that we should do. And we just kind of made it a reality. We started throwing some events. We threw like a woman empowerment event for my podcast, Mama's Cocktail Hour. And we had some guest speakers. I was a guest speaker. We had some other women speaking. It was just so dope. We also did like a sip and paint. Yep. That was like our first event and it was super successful. And we were like, wow, like maybe this event space is it, right? So we started to focus like a lot on just marketing, doing events here ourselves, just so people can kind of get their eyes on this space. And it hasn't all been glorious. We've had some really rough months. But to answer your question on what really kind of set us up for it and what was the determining factor, it was just God, I would like to say, because it was like, we were talking about it just like how we usually do every Sunday night. We about to go back to work and complaining and just like feeling depressed that you guys start the week all over. And it was like, yo, what if we did this? And I was like, well, what if I was able to get the finances for that? And then we put in an application and it was approved. And we were like, we got the finances for it. And it was like, yo, we got to do it. Like now we got to see that shit all the way through.
For me, it was that.
It was the money.
It was the money. I was like,
right.
I want to, because for me, I've always wanted to work for myself. I've always, since I was a kid living in the Hell's Kitchen, I looked at the guys who owned, because I went to school with kids who their families owned bodegas.
For sure.
You know?
Right.
And, my boy's going to his job at his dad's store after school. Like, his brother worked there full time after he graduated. The father, like, so I always looked at that as like, yo, they got it made, yo. They don't have to like
look for a job
right after school. They don't have to to worry about a boss nagging you. So that's what really got me on the wave of like, yo, I gotta have my own thing.
And you building for your whole family, right?
Yeah.
Like, exactly. Yeah, because I want generational wealth. I want something for my kids to inherit.
Yes.
So the money was it for me, if you ask me. So
yeah.
And so it was something that was just kind of like there, and that's why I say like it was God, because it was like, yo, what if we did that? And I was like, yo, let me just, like I said, impulsive. Let me just put in an application, see if we could get some funds. And then when it came back, like, yo, you've been approved for this amount of money, we're like, yo, we gotta do it.
Yes.
And so we found the place, which is only like 7 minutes from our house. So finding the place was also the biggest gem, because we were looking for the right type of thing, which was, honestly, we were looking for an event space.
Yeah, we was. Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like, of course we thought about the fashion stuff, but we definitely, lucked out.
Yeah, because we was looking for something to have like lectures and stuff like that, parties.
I mean, that's a smart idea, because so many people are partying after they're all making up for COVID. There's a lot of people that are trying to get out and party really hard,
And if you're like me, you just don't want to have it in your house. You hate the cleanup.
There you go.
Thank you. Yeah, the same way.
Well, I think it's dope that you went into it with like kind of like a broad mindset. Like, I want to do this, but I also want to be able to possibly have this able to like do the event space, but I also want to have my clothes there and different things like that. That probably helped with the sniping of the spot, right? So then you were able to kind of like do that multiple thing. That's kind of dope.
Yeah, no, and that's so cool, because honestly speaking, like, we had like our December wasn't the best. My husband lost his job. And at first we were like,
before we opened the store too.
Yes,
no
did.
Way.
That was another thing.
That's
another thing that almost
Speaking
like
of,
dropped us. Right?
I lost my job. I was working at home. I was working from home too.
Mm-hmm.
And I lost my job, and then I was like, you know what? It's about that time. Fuck this job.
That's exactly.
Hey.
Yes.
Let's
my
go.
God. And honestly speaking, we definitely have been like, it's been a blessing in the sense of us just like working for ourselves even more than we were before, because we were like part-time working for ourselves, but he had a main gig and we had to respect that gig. And now we're fully working for ourselves, and we're crawling back up from like the bottom, because it was like a pretty heavy like push down a mountain. We were like, oh shoot, this hurts. It's Christmas in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, for real.
Like, we were kind of scared about it, because it was like, oh my God, like, I don't know what we're gonna do. Like, and honestly put us in a place where we're like, every time we wake up, we get in the car, we're like, yo, we hustlers. We're actual hustlers.
It's different now. It's like we've eating what we kill every day.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. So we're just trying to work for ourselves. And it's, for me, I, like you said, like, I have the same mentality, Shawn. Like, I always wanted to work for myself. I have too much of a personality to have a boss tell me what to do. I mean, I have, of course, we all had to, but at some point, my goal in life was always, I envision myself in this like suited up outfit with my briefcase, because I'm a boss. So that's what I'm trying to work towards now, and I'm enjoying it. I really am. I'm having a good trial era run of working for ourselves, and I'm like, this is cool, and it's for our family. So it's even cooler,
The boss, meet the others.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna tell you to turn the camera on. You turn the camera on when you want to turn it on.
Right.
Exactly. So no, yes, I get you completely 100% on that level. Yeah. I've always wanted to own something that I could call mine. So I feel really blessed and happy. So just wanted to put that out there.
Hey.
Yes.
So what else is new, guys? What else do you have in store? Anything?
We have a couple of things coming up.
Yeah, few events coming up.
Few events coming
Starting
up for
tomorrow.
sure. We have a charity event that we're doing tomorrow in our community. We just got a whole bunch of people to donate clothes. We also ourselves have donated like some of the stuff from Casa de Fez that are like out of season.
Cool.
We donated a whole bunch of stuff, and we're just want to give back to our community. So tomorrow we have a charity event from 12:30. And people are going to come by, hopefully grab some of this stuff, because we made sure that, you know, we curated it ourselves. Like, it's not like dirty, dingy, like it's A1 stuff. Some of the stuff is like brand new with tags on.
Damn.
You know, it's,
that's
it's important.
Cool. Yep. Kids toys.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yes,
For sure. Kids
that's
clothing.
awesome.
So we're excited about that. And we also have like a sip and paint coming up. That was like our first event that was super successful. So we're hoping to kind of continue that and expand that. Just in general, like I feel like we're also like re-evaluating our brand. I would say like this is now going into officially year 1. And we have realized that we need to work smarter, not harder. I think that was like the biggest gem that we had to learn, because if you know, like, when you're hustlers for real, like, and we come from that, so we can totally relate. We don't stop. Like, there's people that be like, yo, I don't know how you do it. And I'm like, I don't know how I do it either.
Yeah, my back
For
is hurting
sure.
from mopping and sweeping.
It's like,
Yeah.
yo,
Back is
when
hurting.
you're an entrepreneur, okay, you are the janitor.
Yes.
You are the mechanic. Like, you're fixing shit up in here. Like, you're putting in lights. You're mopping the floors. You're doing inventory. You're cleaning bathrooms. Like, I'm like,
Yes.
this is like having another house. Like, this is like 2 houses.
I'm doing electric, HVAC, painting.
Painting, knickknacks. I was sealing the floor, you know, just because.
Oh, that was you that was doing that?
What?
Sealing the floors?
That was me.
Yes. Oh, wait, hold on.
Hard work. You know.
That's awesome.
But yeah, you know, I honestly think like we're just getting started. Like seriously. Like, you know, there was a couple of months where we were like, damn, it's hard. Like you said, we're getting hit really hard. Like, you know, and the gram could be so like, you don't know what's going on. You really don't know, you know.
Shoot.
People don't really put up all the hardships. Like, they put up the glorious stuff. Like, they don't put up like the hard shit. So, you know, like I said, it takes guts, it takes will, it takes like a lot of perseverance to kind of like be an entrepreneur. Like, seriously, it's easy. Getting a 9 to 5, working that type of job, like, that's easy. Because, you know, you follow rules, you kind of, but this, you have to reinvent yourself every day.
You gotta make the rules.
Yes. Yes, for sure. Nope. Yep. You're right.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off or interrupt.
No, you're good.
Yeah. No, yeah.
It's so true. Like, you have to reinvent yourself every day. And, you know, something you have to see what works, what doesn't work. You know, and that's what I think what like our first year of business we learned. We learned what doesn't work. We also learned that business is business. Don't take it personal, because I'm a personal ass bitch. I will
yeah, same.
I'll be like, what, bitch? You didn't like my post? All right. Nah, I'm joking.
No.
I'm not that petty.
No,
but,
no.
You know, I mean, just like with other stuff, because honestly, you take on something like this, right? You take on a business, and you would think like the people closest to you would be receptive to that or supportive of that.
Right.
And it doesn't always pan out that way, you know? So we also had to, like, we've seen some, like, we have some people dear to us, like family that are like, oh my God, #1 supporters. And then you have some people that you would think support and don't. Right. So I guess that was the biggest lesson for me, is like, yo, don't take it personal, you know, because a lot of times, like, your accomplishments, what you've done or what you're doing, other people can probably feel sided by it because they're not accomplishing something that they want to. They're not doing the shit that they want to do. And then they have like this
aura about them because you're fulfilling your dreams, your wants, your needs. So the biggest lesson for me was like, don't take it personal.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
And I'm pretty sure you guys experienced that in podcasting too, because you got close people and family that'll be like, discouraging and not, support or whatever.
Or be wary about the things that you say, the topics you talk about. Like I had to deal with that because like I'm super impulsive and I talk about shit that someone be like, yo, so you was talking about
Yeah, sometimes he's like, oh, I don't know if we should get so deep like that. And I'm like, we have to. Like, even,
I mean,
we got deep for when he got fired. It was just so heavy on us. It was during a very heavy week. And I just got really emotional. And I was like, yo, we're recording and we're putting it up and get ready. And he was like, oh, I don't know if I'm ready. And I was like, we getting ready. And
I'm never ready.
He's never ready for that. Me, I'm like, let's do it. Like, this is the best time to do this because I want people to know that there is struggle and there's not glory in Instagram. Like, I don't put up, everything is not always going to be beautiful on my Instagram. Some things are going to be a little weird. Sometimes I'm going to be a little ratchet,
Yeah. I like a little bit more control. Like, because like, that's just what I come from. Like, I come from like putting together stuff, you know what I mean? Like getting the mix right, getting the cover art right, putting it all together, put the package together. Now we have this product. Like, that's the space I come from. So like the podcasting thing and then like the live shit and the whole, that stuff is,
I know,
it's a little outside of the comfort zone, but honestly, I think that there's a lot of value in it. And I think that there's a lot of like raw emotion that you get that way. That's valuable to be able to connect that way. So like, cause you can put together something that's made to connect, and then you could put together, you could just come off of however you are. And it's authentic that way. So
Yep.
And a lot of people that's on the Instagram, the YouTube, and any of these spaces, they're looking for authenticity. Because there's plenty of people that just do stuff just to do it, just to say, oh, I did that too, or oh, I'm gonna do this to copy, or to do what other people are doing. But the ones who are genuine about what they really are doing and passionate about what they're doing is gonna show. And it might not come when you're ready, but it's gonna come. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
You just gotta stay on the path, man. That's it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about what other people are saying and the haters and the doubters and everything, and just stay positive and keep going because God got a plan for you. So just stay on that path.
Hey,
I believe in that for sure. I mean, every time I see your guys' stuff on my feed, I'm like, oh, I miss those guys.
I know it'd be dope to come to the shop. I want to see the shop in live in effect.
Right?
Yeah. Whenever you guys come, because she's probably gonna visit home, so it'll be 45 minutes from Hell's Kitchen. So
that'd be fun.
I mean,
we definitely
when we out that way, we gotta definitely drop in.
And we gotta do a podcast here.
Yes.
All four of us together in person.
I think that would be awesome. Yes. Hopefully it's nicer too.
Yeah. The summer vibes.
Yes.
Summer vibes.
We're a lot more happier in the summertime.
Everybody is.
Yeah, right.
Nobody likes
as long as it's not too hot.
That's true. Then we're like melting.
There's a balance.
Stuff,
There's a balance. Spring.
Yes, that nice airy breeze. Hopefully there's no trash smell if we go to New York.
Because you would get that.
We in Jersey though. It's better. It's different.
True.
It's a little different.
We're in Jersey. That's
and
true.
we're by the beach.
Ooh.
Oh, word.
Yeah, you can walk.
Don't tell her that.
Oh my God, I missed the beach.
She said that today. Damn, I gotta go to the beach. I don't want to go to no lake. I want to go to the beach.
Like where there's sand and water.
Okay.
Just said that. That's so funny.
Yep.
Yes, we gotta go there then.
There you go.
It's a twofer.
Sure.
Right.
Yes, and we can record, we can hang. It'll be good.
There you go.
Yes, and they have little ones.
Put it on the calendar. We'll get
it on the calendar. We got to make it happen.
We'll set it up for sure.
Right.
Yes. But I really wanted to have you guys on, and I want to do this more frequently because I think it would be important for like all of our watchers and listeners to see some of the ins and outs of entrepreneurship and just business owners and friends and artists and creators trying to juggle life, period. You know, like I would love to do this even more and like
and dig in more to the like passions. I'd like to know more about like the designing, the just like putting together event stuff and all that.
Yes.
Like that should that'd be
it's
dope.
just so vast, right? It's
Right?
like,
Yes.
it's so layered. You're right. It would take a couple of like episodes for us to kind of go through.
Yeah, make it like an entrepreneurship episode.
Yes, on Saturdays we could do that. I would be down. Like we come up with some stuff. I'm down to do that. Yes.
I would love that. I think so. I think, you know, right now we're at a place now where we know how important it is to kind of like podcast and get it out there. It's something I love to do, but like with the store, we've just been so distracted. And you were the one, Anissa, that told me the other day, like, yo, but you're so good at it. It's like it's like your purpose, like you can't forget. And I was like, yo, that like really touched my soul. So first off,
it's real though, of course. It's real that I feel that. That's something I feel like. I feel like you're very magical in front of the camera, and that's something that like you have a gift and you need to continue to sprinkle that gift to the world, because if you're not sprinkling it, then you're like not only depriving the world, you're depriving yourself, my friend.
I appreciate that, Gem. So thank you. Because, you know, a lot of times you could lose sight of your gifts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially when life gets in the way and things get in the way. Like you said, like, you know, something so traumatic, like you losing a job or you accustomed to a certain budget and now that budget is like depleted. We know a lot about that because like we put so much into this business that, you know, it becomes, I know.
We might have to shut these lights out soon. It's getting kind of hot here. Unplug everything quickly.
Nah, we can relate to that shit for sure. Yeah, so.
And it's dope to kind of converse with another couple about stuff like that, because honestly, like a lot of this stuff, like, you know, we grew up in the age where it was like, yo, don't talk about private stuff. Like people would never talk about income. Like the fact that you're even like on here talking about that you lost a job and you're applauding it because obviously you know that you're on to better things and that just wasn't in your path. Like that's so dope. And that's a message that's so important because a lot of people feel shame. Because my husband over here, like when he lost his job, he felt a lot of shame. But it's like that's not a reflection of you. It's just in your path. It's like it's not meant for you. You know what I mean?
I had to start thinking that way. Like it was meant to happen. You know?
Right.
Yeah, they say, you know, and this stuff just came to me because it's that like I needed it, so it was given to me. But every beginning, every new beginning has to start with an ending, right? Like, and if you're on that same path, just doing the same thing, all you're gonna see is the same stuff.
Yeah.
So like that's you know, sometimes that wake up call is like stupid necessary. And honestly, I feel like that's where we're at, is we needed a little bit of shaking up. And does it mean it's roses?
Hell no.
Maybe the thorn part.
Hell no.
But you know, that's how you get through it, right? Like,
and honestly, in the very beginning, he was also very like,
boy,
it was kind of scary,
crushing.
You know? Like I was like, I need to lift my husband up. This is the time where I have to be the best wife in the whole entire world, even though I'm super scared myself.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I'm a stay-at-home mom, number one. And it's like now there's no main gig income and we have other gigs, but the main gig was gone. And I was like, I gotta like kind of like stick out my chest and be like, we're gonna be great. This hurts, you know, like, oh my gosh, I'm so scared.
I know that feeling. And it's so funny that you talk about lifting, right? Because I feel like in this journey, we've had moments because usually I'm the lifter, right?
Right.
And in this, like during this whole ordeal, like he's been like lifting me because there's been times where like I went through burnout, like trying to do too many things at once. You know what I mean? Giving like, I still have like a full-time job. Like I still have a full-time job. Like I go to work. I'm a manager at my job. I'm responsible for people like at a big hospital in New York City. So, you know, it's a lot of pressure. And then like also this thing, like it's also a lot of pressure because I want it to be successful. So it's not like I can be like, yo, I'm going to give my job 100% and I'm going to give Casa de Fez 50. That's not how I work. So now I need to give
Casa de Fez 150 because I want this to be my main gig one day. I want this to be the thing that I can say like, yo, I have to leave. But of course, like you got to be smart, right? You still got bills to pay. You still need health insurance. Like there's so many things that kind of go into play that don't get talked about in entrepreneurship. So sometimes, you know, you do have to sacrifice. And that's like what we learned. We learned about like sacrificing and the things that we had to do to kind of keep our dreams going and keep it rolling and being able to do the things that we do.
Yeah, for sure. I know all about that.
Yeah, it's about the smart play, right? Like you got to try to calculate it as much as possible, but you know, sometimes not everything's able to be calculated and you just kind of got to roll with the punches as much as you can. Cause right. Like, I don't know. I feel like we got blindsided, but you know, yeah, you do got to worry about like healthcare and, you know, kids and bills and, you know, food in the refrigerator, you know what I mean? So
the lights, important.
The lights,
I'm scared of the dark, guys. I'm just saying the lights, okay?
Anissa's been talking about those lights.
We gotta turn these lights out. I'm just joking. That was the first thing I think I did say. I was like, oh my God, the lights. Because I'm always like, that bill is always so high because we have so much electronic that I'm like,
our bill,
Lord.
our light bill, well, electric bill is.
The electric bill is always so high. I'm like, unplug everything. Save and unplug.
You've been there.
The electricity's too damn high.
Exactly. No. But yeah, I wanted to just do this, man. I'm so excited that you guys are here. Wish you guys were here, like right here with us, you know?
Yeah.
We'll make that a reality soon.
We'll get it.
Yes, for sure. But we got to make this like let's do this more constant.
Yeah, I'm with it.
Yeah.
Next time we'll have a little bit better grasp on the bringing in the stream and the doing the thing. But yeah, I think it's good.
Yeah.
Because I think that there's a way that we could hit the button and do the thing and bring it in, but you know, we're learning. We're learning.
Wants to do that extra. I don't know how to do this. I'm sorry, honey. Let's just do the split screen, okay?
The split screen's dope.
Okay.
We rocking. We rocking. I love it.
Yo, that's so Shawn. Shawn is like the tech guy, and I'm always like, just do bare minimum. Just bare minimum. I just gotta get on. He wants the lights. He wants the mic. He wants the roadcaster. He wants the shit going through the roadcaster.
If you can make it better, why not?
No, yeah. No, it's the balance between the best possible product and the minimum viable product, right? Like it's like the balance, and that's really like as an entrepreneur, you gotta strike that balance for real. Like
that's true.
And honestly, I think that that's one thing that I think that you guys do well is you bounce that off of each other. Cause I know that that's what it is with me and my wife for sure. It's like the get it done and the get it done as best as possible. Like tugging at each other.
I was like, when I was trying to connect this whole time, I'm like, you know what? Let's just go get the iPad. Let's just go get the freaking iPad. It's in the other room. And he's like, no, we're going to figure this out. I'm like, oh.
I mean, then our mics wouldn't work. I mean, we got this whole stupid ass thing. Like, gotta work.
Great, and it sounds great. So you guys accomplished it. Super dope.
Yeah.
This guy over here, he always does the upload.
No, we good. We good.
The logo, we like the logo. We
love this thing.
Awesome. Beautiful.
It was one of his fans from music and kind of started watching our podcast and.
He put us onto this woodworking guy that was a beast, and like he knocked it out the park.
Yes,
that is fire. It's beautiful.
We love it. We love it. We're like, oh my God, for real, that's our face. Because, you know, he came up with the drawings. He's really talented when it comes to like art as well. So he like came up with like I said, let's do something, you know, angel devil theme, and boom, he came up with it, and I was like. Hey, I like it. Like that comic book feel.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. Unique.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Very nice.
Thank you. But yeah, guys, I guess
we got to do this again.
Yeah.
There's more to talk about for sure.
Whoa, my computer almost slid.
There's more to talk about. And guess what? It's not only limited to entrepreneurship. Like, I think it's also important to kind of talk about relationships. Like,
I would be
both
down.
Married. We go through the same thing. People need to really know like the real, you know, so open to that too.
Yes, let's do that. I'm down.
Yeah. Marriage is like secret society, you know?
Yes, I'm down. I'm
real.
so down to do that. That should be our next one.
Yeah, I'm with it.
Mm-hmm.
It could be heat, relationships, and marriage and heat.
What's the heat part? I don't get the
We'll talk about it later about the heat, okay?
Next episode 2.
Right, you gotta check in. You gotta check in for
do
it.
this. You guys gotta come back. Yes, and you guys need to follow Casa de Fez and Zaida Lisa. You guys gotta follow these and Fez Dealer.
Yeah.
Our boy Dank, and it needs to be strong on IG. We're on there. We're always pumping reels and content and just like showing
Positivity, mental health,
yes,
creativity.
Yes. Are you guys gonna do anything with Mama's Cocktail, or are we taking a break from Mama's Cocktail for a while?
So that's a really good question. Am I taking a break from Mama's Cocktail? I don't think I ever can.
Okay.
You know, the last series that I did do a couple of months ago was an entrepreneurship series, just kind of detailing some of the things that I was going through. And the thing about it, honestly, is it's just time, schedules, being able to kind of get with the girls all at the same time.
Right.
You know, and now me with Casa de Fez and just the added stuff that I have, it's just been like taking a back burner. But yeah, I think that there's definitely going to be more for Mama's Cocktail Hour
Yay.
in the future for sure.
Cool.
Definitely.
Cool. Yes, I can't wait to see it.
So
Yeah. Follow it all, baby.
Follow
across
all
the
of them.
board. Across the board. Do you want to say it again, Zaida? Do you want to say them all again? There's a whole lot of them.
You can, guys, if you guys want to follow us on Instagram, we are on IG. You can follow the Fez Dealer. You can also follow me, Zaida Lisa. You can follow our shop together, which is Casa de Fez and J. We're on Instagram. If you are interested in our family page, we have the drummies. I feel like we have every freaking page in the world.
I love it. Hey, that's what it's about.
Interested in an event space in the New Jersey area. Also,
yes,
Casa de Fez. We are on
100.
Google. We are on Yelp as well.
Yeah, and I
go.
think if you want to follow my podcast and see some of my stuff, I've also have a podcast called Mama's CH Network on Instagram, all women empowerment. Anissa's actually on there too, so you can see some stuff from her. But guys, yo, this was so dope.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us. I feel like it's been forever. Oh my goodness.
I broke my mama cup.
Oh my goodness.
We still got ours. We still got ours.
I still have mine. Okay.
Or hers.
We're gonna
It's
go
hers.
now then, I guess. Ooh, that got Dang.
It's okay. That means something bad was gonna happen, and now it's not. So I'm good with that.
Word. Okay, good way
I
to
like
put
that.
it.
I never heard that.
Well, thank you guys for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, and we'll do this again for sure.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you
Yes.
guys. All
Mwah.
right.
It's good seeing you.
Bye.
Peace.
You too.
Bye.
Should we hit this thing?
Yes. Why Meet the Others podcast? What's this about?
Why are we doing this thing?
Why are we doing this dang thing?
Who the F?
Do we
Who the
even
F?
know what we're doing?
Certainly not. We just hooked this thing up tonight. We figured out how to use the mics, and now we're recording.
Till I turn the ass, so they put my name in stone. Live how I wanna live, cause we die alone.